What's going on, guys? Alex here with 814 EDC, and I just got this package in today, so it is time for a little unboxing video. This is coming from Blue Creek Knives, and it is a Knafs Co Lander. Before we get that started, we are going to go over the unboxing knives. Of course, it is from Blue Creek Knives. Brian sent this Terzola ATCF light over to me about a week and a half ago. I really like it. It's a very slim. Terzola is the tactical knife kind of godfather, but this is a very slimmed down, very EDC friendly design, and I'm really enjoying it. So be on the lookout for a review of this to come within the next couple weeks. I shouldn't say couple weeks, within the next week and a half. So this, like I said, is a Knafs Co Lander. And I'm a little late to the party on the Lander. I didn't get it on the Kickstarter. I thought about it. I was really close to it, but I just ultimately held off on getting on it. But then everyone started getting it in, and I saw a lot of good reviews on it, and it seemed like a very, very positive response to the knife. And I kind of felt a little left out, if I'm being 100% honest. I've enjoyed all of Ben's designs so far. I have the Banter. I bought his Banter 2 summers ago on its initial release date on Blade HQ. As soon as they dropped, I bought it. I've had it ever since. I have some unlocked composite scales on it. Excuse me. Just a really, really great, utilitarian, no frills kind of knife, and I really enjoy it. Then I have his baby banner, which I have gotten a baby banner for my girlfriend, or excuse me, my fiance, my future father-in-law, and now myself. I love the baby banner. So I like Ben's design language, and I don't know, looking back on it, I should have just gone in with a Kickstarter, but nonetheless, here I am now, finally getting one. So, now Brian over at Blue Creek Knives is awesome. You guys know I am, affiliated with them, but I did buy this knife myself. I wanted to support Brian because he has supported me. He sent me, again, the Terzola. He sent me a couple Rosecraft blades. Excuse me, I can't talk today, guys. And I just wanted to, help him out and not be such a mooch and ask him for this one. So I did purchase this myself. But of course, Brian tosses in the swag pack you get. You get some Jolly Ranchers, some Blue Creek Knife stickers, and of course, you always get the baseball card pack, which is really cool. I think that's such a a unique touch in today's world, and it just adds a level to his customer service. All right, got lots of peanuts here, which I tend to keep for other packaging because I'm always pass around knives around and stuff like that. So I'm gonna put that over to the side here. We have a paper from Blue Creek Knives that they toss into every order. So make sure nothing's written on it. Nope, nothing's on that. All right, and it comes in a Knafs box. So I got the black Lander. They either come in black G10 with a black stonewash, or either a bead blast or a normal stonewash with blue scales. But right there you can see what I got, and these are in D2, so that's why I ultimately decided to go with the black wash, because D2's an easy steel to rust, and I'm a sweaty person for the most part, so I wanted to go with the black wash to kind of offset that. All right, open this up. Did I cut everything? I did. It's just a tight box, I think. Why can't I get this box open? This is the tightest box I think I've ever seen. There we go. All right, so comes with some foam, the knife, and the little bit of paperwork. So I will, I'm not going to read all this to you guys, but it's basically like how to close your knife, how to swap your scales, some other Knafs stuff. And it actually, shows maintenance, limited lifetime warranty. So you guys can see that or not. You might be able to pause and zoom in, but just some cool paperwork from Ben. Put this off to the side, and here is the knife. So it's small. I knew it was a small knife when I bought it. I think it has a 2.75 inch blade, but sorry, my camera, it's a little light in my room. I need to pick up some other lights of some sort. So I always have, my phone is sitting right where my, you guys are sitting right here with my phone, but I have a TV right behind my phone, so I always try to have the TV turned on so it gives some more, light to my face and to the product that I'm showing. But Yeah, loop over style deep carry clip that is pretty spot on with what is on the Banter and the Baby Banter. You got dual thumb studs, very snappy. There is the "What is up, guys" logo. You guys might be able to pick that up. And it also says Lander and D2. I don't know if my phone's gonna pick that up or not, but and then here is the Knafs Co logo. It's a liner lock. A little stiff, but very snappy. And that's one thing I want to go over, and I'm sure I'll talk about it more in the full review whenever I get to doing that, in a couple weeks. But the one thing that I will, take home from Ben's knives is how he designs them to be just really snappy. The Banter, it has one of the snappiest and most fun, flickable thumb stud knives out there. The action on it is just really, really good. And I've heard other people say the same thing, like Kevin over at Left GDC. I believe he said that when he first tried the Banter out, a while ago, he almost thought it was assisted because of how snappy it was. And the same thing goes for the Baby Banter. For such a small knife, it just snaps right out of there. And I believe Kevin has noted, because of where he has the thumb studs situated, how they're a little bit lower than the pivot and not kind of right in line with it. You can just get such a good snap on it, and this is right in line with the Banter and the Baby Banter, in my opinion. Just super snappy. It already drops pretty well. It just needs broken in a little bit, which, trust me, it's going to get flicked. And it's just, again, it falls right in line, similar with the action, with how the design of it looks. It's very utilitarian. It's just a very simple pocket knife. It's very there's not a whole lot of, and I don't want this to sound in a bad way, but there's not a whole lot of excitement going on with it. It's just very basic, very kind of plain. But that comes, that's a good thing in my opinion. Ergos are good. For being a small knife, I can fit all 4 fingers on here very comfortably. You don't have a choil or anything like that, but that would have taken away from some of the blade. And if you want a choil, just go pick up a Baby Banter. But it's very comfortable. The G10 feels nice. And again, it's a liner lock. The liners are inset, which I love to see. I love when budget knives have inset liners. It just makes it feel like a more premium knife. Yeah, thumb flick is really nice. Middle finger flick is really nice. And the cool thing about these, which I'm sure you guys already probably know by now, but the 2 screws right here, it is a quick swap scale system. So all you got to do is pop one screw, this scale comes off, and then I guess technically you have to take the paw clip off because you can't get to the screw underneath the paw clip, but essentially there's 2 screws on each scale and they come right off, but that keeps you from taking the knife apart the whole way to swap the scales. So that's really cool. I thought that was a really cool idea by Ben to add that to, again, a budget knife. The only other company that I know of doing that is TRM. They kind of have the 2 screws for this quick swap scales. It's kind of a mouthful. But and with that, Ben had decided to make the CAD file for the scales an open source. So what that means is anybody can go out and get the source, or get the file, excuse me, and download it, and you can make micarta scales, you can 3D print scales. If you have a way to make scales for yourself, you're able to do so for this knife. And I just think that's really cool because, that kind of takes the power out of Ben's hands for, that doesn't allow him to make extra scales and sell them, which, I mean, it does, but it doesn't. Like, I saw that you can still pick up like other G10 scales of this, like OD green, white, jade, I think purple, other stuff like that. So he's still going to be selling scales, but that takes, that doesn't give him as much power over the selling market. And I just think that's a really cool thing because that's kind of showing that he doesn't necessarily care about that. He just wants to, put out a cool product for, the people of the community, and allow people to design their knife or their knife scales how they want it. And I've already seen stuff pop up on the, aftermarket world. I believe I'm getting a set of micarta scales from Holden over at Barnes Craft EDC. I found him on my Explore page on Instagram, and he does 3 different micarta scales for the Lander. He does a just normal like textured micarta. He does like a zigzag, zigzag kind of knurled, I believe you'd call it. pattern, and he also does like a gun stock pattern, which is really cool. I reached out to him, and you know, I just said like, do you I'm saying a lot today, I apologize guys, but I reached out to him and basically asked like, do you give out any sort of discount code if you're going to, you know, buy scales and do a review on them for your YouTube channel? I explained that I was a YouTuber and stuff like that. And actually, you know, I didn't expect him to respond the way he did, but he told me he would send me a pair of scales. So I just have to wait for him to get through a couple of his orders now. And I think he's putting in a new order for my Carta. So I'm actually, you know, I'm just kind of waiting for him to reach back out. And sorry guys, I got distracted by a text message, but you know, now that I have the knife, I'll probably reach back out to him and just double check what's going on. But you know, I'm definitely going to get a pair of scales from him on the channel, whether or not he sends them, whether or not I buy them. But yeah, so but yeah, really cool knife. It fits really well in the hand, and it's just a, you know, small EDC friendly knife, great action, and it's just, there we go, gonna get broken in a lot more. And I can't wait to, you know, the G10 feels really well done, but I can't wait to get some micarta on here. And I'm really excited for that, the gun stock pattern, because I think I told Holden that's what I was maybe going to go with. I got to go back and double check the messages, but it's very unique because it has the show scale side is the gun pattern, kind of has like an outline with the texturing in it. And then over here, it's just the normal textured G10, or the, excuse me, micarta. And he explained that's easy for going in and out of your pocket. So, you know, it's a cool knife, and I really can't wait to dress it up. And I can't wait to see what more ideas people come out with. Like, I'm sure there's going to be some fat carbon, you know, different types of carbon fiber. Who knows? Maybe even some titanium scales down the road, or some aluminum scales would be really cool too. So, but yeah, commends to Ben over at Knafs Co for putting out a really cool product. I'm excited to have it in the collection. I'm a little annoyed with myself that I waited so long for it. But I'm happy I have it now, and yeah, I can't wait to see, you know, see where it goes and how it turns out and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, that was my unboxing of the Knafs Co Lander. Shout out to Blue Creek Knives for having these in stock. Last time I looked, they only had the black version in stock, which I will leave a link down below in the description if you're interested. As always, use code 814EDC for 10% off of your purchase. Helps me, helps you, helps everybody, helps Brian. It's a win-win-win. So as always, it'll be linked down below. And yeah, so that's all for today, guys. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.